This is Jason Kidner with another edition of Expium's Expedited Explanations. These are short videos that help you maximize the value of Atlassian tools. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the new Cloud Issue View screen. This new view screen was introduced by Atlassian in 2019, and it is very different from the old Cloud View screen, which also is still the view screen on the server and data center deployments of Jira. This new view screen is the default view screen in Jira Cloud, and it has had a toggle to switch to the old screen under the personal settings, which I'll show you now. Go to personal settings, and if you scroll down, you see this Jira Labs section that allows you to toggle off that new view screen. On March 31st, 2021, Atlassian is going to be taking this toggle away. And so again, the new view screen will be the default, and it will be the one to keep using. And so as more organizations migrate to the cloud, this new view screen is one major difference to get acclimated to. So we're going to show you a tour that will include the view screens of the issue types in each of Jira's native 3-level hierarchy. So we're going to look at epic and a story and a subtask. And then we're going to look at how screens, this new issue view screen, is handled on boards. And we'll then close the tour with how you can adjust the layout of the new view screen under project settings. So first, let's go into a project. I've got a sample Scrum project here. I'm going to choose the issue option. And when I do that, those of you, again, who are familiar with the old view screen, this is going to look different very quickly. You see that there's some quick filters here at the top. You see just a different UI look and feel here with the issues listed here in the project. And then clearly in this new view screen, you see a couple different columns, but very different UI. So I'm going to first show you an epic. So one major thing that you'll notice besides these two different columns that appear is there is not an edit button. That's one big difference. The new view screen also acts as the edit screen. So you're able to edit these fields inline, similar to how you could do it with the older screen, but now there is no edit screen to choose from. So basically the fields that you want to be editable, you do still have to mark them in an edit screen in the Jira admin section, and those fields that are editable will be editable inline now. So that one major change. You also notice that you see some buttons here that typically would have shown up maybe in a different panel or under the More Actions button over here. They now show up prominently at the top of the issue view screen. So you can attach files. You can create issues in this epic. We can see that some are created already down here. But when you choose that, it basically just gives you the opportunity to add either a task, a story, bug, in this case, in this project, that will be linked to this epic. You can also link issues. Again, the link, this is a little different UI. You see the link panel straight away, and then you can choose the link option and search for issues. So you have that. You also have the larger text fields are going to appear in this section, like description shows up in our fields or in our screens. You see the issues in this epic panel. And then at the bottom, similar to the old view screen, you see comments where you can add comments. You see a history of the issue, and you see work log down here. Then over here on the left or the right side column, you see your fields show up in a different way. You don't have your user picker fields and your date fields and your other fields. They're just all kind of intermingled here. And you also notably see this status field up here. So instead of seeing transition buttons that you typically would have seen over here in the old screen, you now see this drop down where you can see the transitions that you can make. And I'm in the new status, and from the new status, there's all these universal transitions that I can clearly choose from over here, which is actually a really nice feature of the new screen. You also then have, you see different other fields available. You can edit them inline, and you can also expand this to see more fields as well. Then you also have your watch option, your vote option, your share, and your more actions that are similar to the old screen. So from the epic, we can jump down into one of the standard issue types that are linked. So let's jump down to one of the stories. And here we see, again, a very similar UI. One big difference is you don't see create an issue in this epic. You now see the create subtask button appear prominently. And when that's chosen, you go down to a subtask panel where you can type in a subtask summary, and if any other fields would be required, you would be prompted to enter those as well. But this is pretty simple. I don't ask for anything else except summary, and then you can choose to go further down into that, which I'll do shortly. Really, everything else is very similar. Again, this is going to be the common UI where you can adjust which fields show up where, and I'll show you that at the end of the video. But if we jump down into a subtask, let's go to the one I just created, you now have the ability to fill out some of the other fields like description, assignee, so on and so forth. And this is where too you'll have the ability to convert a subtask to an issue. And then you can see breadcrumbs as well from the subtask up to its parent story here. So I can go back and forth very quickly. So the next thing to show you is how the view screen shows on the board. So let's go to the Scrum board backlog that's been set up in this project. And what I want to show you is what happens when you choose the cards on these different views, the backlog view and the active sprint view. So when you choose the card here on the backlog view, similar to the way it is with the old screen, you see this frame pop out, you see the screen show up, and it's definitely a different UI than the old issue detail view. So you see everything that you pretty much saw with the other view screen, but just in a slightly different, more compact way in this frame. And you can always adjust do transitions here, do more actions as well. The bigger change is when you're on an active sprint board or a Kanban board and you choose one of the cards out here. Notice you don't see a frame that pops out like you would in the past. You now see a whole new screen pop up here that allows you to make any changes make any edits, do any linking, all the different operations we saw. It's essentially the new view screen just popping up in front of the board. And this is where you can make transitions as well. This is a really nice feature that allows you to have a really seamless ability to make edits and see things on the issue instead of seeing a little frame pop up. So the last thing is, what if you didn't like the order or the way the view screen was configured? Well, now as a project admin, you have the ability to adjust the layout. And if you have project settings access as a project admin, you can choose that. And then there is a issue layout setting. And when that's chosen, you see the different screens that are available to make layout edits. So I'm going to do this edit for the one that we've looked at so far. And you can see here that you see which fields are set up in the different sections of the screen. And I could take one, like let's say I could take the component field, and I'm dragging this now into the description fields. So this is going to drag it into that left side column on the view screen. And I could also make updates where there's some fields that are hidden when they're empty, and you can move those if you want to. You can move those up into the top part of the right-hand column, so they'll show up even if they're empty. And I save those changes, and then let's go back to our issue view screen. And I'll choose the epic that we started with. And now I see the components field show up here, and I also see the fixed version field show up here, even though it's empty, instead of showing up as a hidden field down here. So thank you for watching this video. There are a lot of changes with Jira Cloud, including this view screen. If you want to know more about Jira on the cloud or migrating to Jira Cloud, please go to expium.com and let us know. If this video was helpful, please give it a like. And until then, this is Jason Kidner wishing you success in all your Atlassian adventures.